What we're going to zero in now is to look at just those last two claims. And what we're asking Muslims simply is very easy. If you do claim that the Quran was complete at the time of the 7th century and that it's unchanged, then prove it. Show us a complete manuscript from the 7th century that's unchanged. The 7th century is only, 1,400 years ago. That's very recent. We have many manuscripts of the New Testament, complete manuscripts like the Sinaiticus right here in the British Library that go back to the 4th century. The Alexandrinus, which is from the 5th century. If we want to go down to Rome, you have the Vaticanus. That's also from the 4th century. Well, there's about 265 manuscripts, either complete or partial, of the New Testament that predate the 7th century that we have available. So certainly the Muslims, if they make the claim, and they do, that it was complete at the time of Uthman, 1,400 years ago, and unchanged, prove it. Show us a manuscript that can support that. They can't. Two Muslim scholars, two Turkish scholars, Dr. Tayyar Altıkuliç and Dr. Ekmeledin İhsanoglu, they are both well known in Turkey. They are the ones that have had access to the earliest manuscripts between 2002 and 2007, that 5-year period. They looked at the Topkapi manuscript, which is in Turkey. They are responsible for that manuscript. They looked at the Samarkand manuscript, which is in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. They looked at the Huzayni manuscript, which is in Cairo. They looked also at the Ma'il manuscript, which is right here in London in the British Library, the 2165 manuscript. They also were given access to the Petropolitanus manuscript out of Paris. And then, of course, the last, probably the most famous one, is the Sana manuscript, which is discovered in 1975. In Sana'a, Yemen. Those are the 6 major manuscripts that they had access to, and they have given their responses. Now remember, these are both Muslim scholars. They are considered to be the world's authority on the Quranic script, but more than that, they are the only ones that have had access to these 6 manuscripts. And in 2009, they published their findings. I got a hold of them back in 2013, translated into English. It's a 1,000-page book. Al-Musaf al-Sharif is the name of the book, but you don't have to read the 1,000 pages. Just read the introduction, the first 83 pages. And what they tell us in those first 83 pages is that none of these 6 manuscripts are from the 7th century. None of them. And certainly they're not complete. And probably most disturbing, that all of them have changes, corrections in them that don't correspond completely with the 1924 manuscript, the authoritative manuscript that we use today. What we're going to do is we're going to unpack that now, and that's going to be the next thing we'll look to, is unpack each one of those manuscripts and tell you what the Muslim scholars, these 2 Turkish scholars, have found.